Hi there, the story ninja's in the house with a story. But I'll tell you where I found today's story. So, you know that Facebook shares lots of things, eh? So, a friend of mine had shared the story from the Nal'ibali Multilingual Story Library called The Chef. And well, do you know that I know somebody just like that? And I was thinking, because it was his birthday just the other day, I would love to dedicate the story to him. And I think he knows who it is because he does bake the most delicious chocolate cake, even if he had to bake his own chocolate cake for his birthday. But anyway, let's start reading about the chef. And being a foodie, I love good food, especially if it's made just for me. So the story is I want to be a chef. And the author is Kgosi, and the illustrator is Jigs Snadden Hu. So the story is also available in isiZulu, isiXhosa, Sepedi, Sesotho, and Afrikaans. So you can go and find them, and if any of those languages suit you, you'll have something comfortable to read in. So let's get started. In Cape Town, there lived a young boy named Cabello. He loved nothing more than cooking. He cooked good food that everyone in his family enjoyed. And Cabello was also good at baking, especially baking. He baked cakes and bread. He also made soup for homeless people in his community. And I think many people are doing that now. One morning at school, his teacher had asked everyone in the class to say what they would like to be one day after school. And a girl stood up. I would like to be an astronaut and go to outer space. One of the boys said, I would love to be a doctor. Then it was Cabello's turn, and he stood up and turned around to the class and said, I would like to earn a living by cooking. I want to be a chef. Now, all the children were absolutely shocked. First, they stared at him, and then they all started laughing. But cooking is for girls, said one of the girls. The teacher told everyone to be quiet. Shh, children, you can be anything you want to be. Cabello, just remember you can be anything that you want to be. Don't listen to everybody else. But shame, poor Cabello's feelings were deeply hurt. On the way home from school, the other children kept on teasing him. And when he got home, Cabello found his dad washing the dishes while his mother made lunch. How was school today, boy? Asked his father. Everyone laughed at me, and then when I told them I wanted to be a chef and cook for a living, they said that boys don't cook and that cooking's just for girls. They also said that real boys play rugby and soccer, but I don't like those things. His father gave him a big hug. Do you know that some of the best chefs in the world are actually male? Cabello was surprised. Really? Are you serious, Dad? Anyway, his dad calls him over and takes out his cell phone and starts to Google. Shows Cabello all the pictures of the many chefs around the world who are men. And they looked at pictures of all the good food. And you know that many of them have their own cooking programs on YouTube or Netflix. And anyway, he showed him all these gorgeous and delicious meals and cakes that these chefs had made. And Cabello started feeling just a little bit better. His dad says, Cabello, I think you should enter a competition. Just by the way, there is a competition that's up. It's called the Young Super Chef. And it is on television. So I'm sure many of you have seen all these young chefs on these cooking shows. Amazing, isn't it? And his father then said, your cooking is so good. I'm sure you could win one of those competitions. Well, anyway, that was how it came to be that Cabello entered the Young Super Chef competition. A few months later, as part of the competition, Cabello was on television. He found himself amongst all the young chefs just like him, and some of them were boys who loved cooking. just like him. The competition was really tough. The young chefs were asked to cook meals that they had never cooked before. They also had to use ingredients that they had never seen before, never tasted before. And one by one they were voted off. Bit sad, but they had to go. Cabello saw that some of them cried as they left, and he definitely did not want to be one of them. He concentrated extra hard to make sure that he didn't make any mistakes. So when Cabello ended up in the final round of the competition, his mother and father were ecstatic and so proud of him. The whole school was watching on television, even the boys and girls who had made fun of him. Imagine that. Cabello was making his school proud. He felt so nervous. The competition was nearly over, but there was one person left. Just one person left that he had to beat to win this competition. And the problem was that this other young chef was as good as him. Anyway, the final round started, and the two young chefs each had an hour to cook their meals. 15 minutes into the round, Cabello dropped a bowl filled with a mixture for a chicken pie on the floor. Oh gosh, that was devastating. He wasn't allowed to pick up the mixture, because if he did, it would mean he'd lose his spot in this competition. And he didn't want that to happen. So he had to start all over again. Now it would be a struggle for him to finish in time, seeing he'd already lost 15 minutes. Everyone was watching, extremely worried. But Cabello managed to finish his dish just in time. Phew, that was a close call. Then the judges had to taste the food. This would decide who the winner would be. They tasted Cabello's food, and they said that they thought the food was good. Then they tasted the other chef's food, and yes, his food was good too. But they had to leave to make a final decision. And yeah, I'm wishing I could have a taste too. The audience knew that choosing a winner would be extremely difficult. So it was an entire hour before the judges came back. And now they'd made their final decision. And the winner was... I know you were guessing. The first time I read this, I was also scratching my head. But I had chosen Cabello. And you? Because the winner is Cabello. And his parents were so happy and so proud. Can you imagine how he was feeling? Absolutely ecstatic. Their son was the young super chef. The young super chef of the year, no doubt. Cabello had won a trophy and prize money. But anyway, the next day, Cabello goes to school and takes his trophy along with him. And everyone there celebrated him. Cabello had shown everyone that boys could be chefs too. And no doubt, award-winning chefs. So, if you've ever wondered what you wanted to be when you were grown up, and someone else perhaps said they don't think it was possible, if you believe in it, if you seriously believe that you could follow that passion, and let's see, maybe you could be a chef like Cabello too, or a designer, or whatever your heart desires. And goodbye for now, and story time again next time.